Well, I know what you're thinking. Here comes that God guy again with some more good news. You know, he's got us paying the check, paying the bills. He left us in the stormy seas of the perfect storm with our black emotions and our buck and bronco feelings. You know, what other good news has he come to deliver tonight? You know, I know that's what you're thinking, and you know, and I know it hasn't been easy. It's been rough. It's been hard. But what kind of friend would I be if I didn't warn you? You know, at least you can brace yourself. You can prepare yourself. You know, I wish doctors had done that for me when I was going to go through a detox or something. I wish they would have come and told me how bad it was going to be. But they usually don't tell you anything. They just put you in a room and you hear the elevator go bing, and that's them leaving. You know, and of course that was many years ago. That's not how I got clean and sober, was through any detox or any treatment. I'm here with the good news. It's all been good news. You know, paying the check, paying the bill, all this suffering, it's good news. And I'm here to tell you why. This pain of facing things that you've done and who you are, this paying of the check, the pain that you're feeling is Satan's chains that bind you. They're being cut. And it's the pain of those chains being cut, because long ago, and you know, only you can remember when, you made a contract with him, didn't you? I mean, you made a little deal, didn't you? You know, you didn't really like the deal you were getting from upstairs, so you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So you kind of made little deals to go the other way, you know, and we all make those little deals. And now you're feeling the pain of breaking that deal. You're breaking that deal. And if you actually made that deal verbally, which some of you, I know you probably did it verbally, either in your mind or maybe even out loud. Maybe you even did it with other people. I want you to break that deal. I want you to talk to whoever it was, whether you called them the devil or whoever you called, whatever name that you use, and I want you to break that deal. And I want you to go to them and I want you to say the deal's off. You know, because the life that you've been living, believe me, it gives the devil certain rights to you, certain powers over you because of your actions, you know, and your past. But there comes a point where the deal's off, okay? And you got to renounce him. You got to renounce Satan. You got to renounce your deal. You got to say the deal's off. I'm breaking my deal. You know, it's over. It's over, and it's just that simple. And you're telling it to him, and you're telling it to yourself. The deal's over, you know, and that's what we're going to break you loose from. And I'm here to give you help. I'm here to give you help, and we're going to go back to the prayer. Oh no, not more prayer, please, not more prayer. I want to try to explain to you some of this power of prayer, because you're going to need it in this storm. You're going to need it through all these trials and tribulations that you're going through. And I want to explain to you the power of it. Well, there's many, many powers of it, but I want to explain to you a power of it that should be very important to you right now. When you are in prayer, when you are in that conversation with God, when you are seeking His presence and His knowledge and His will, you are in His protection. You are under His protection. It's pretty hard for Satan to talk to you while you're talking to God. You know, the get smart bubble has come down when you're talking to God. When you are in communion with your Creator, you are under His protection and care. And the devil can't talk to you. Your own insanity of the disease cannot talk to you. You know, it is a protection that you have. And that's why you need to grow into it. You need to spend time doing it and stay in this dome of protection. You know, the more time that you spend in this protected communion with God, you know, the better off you are, the better chance you are of succeeding. And there's so many things that go with it. I want to share, but you know, when I come down here, I never know what I'm going to talk about. You know, these messages seem specific and they seem to be in order, but I'm going to be honest with you. When I have the camera and I'm going to the area that I'm going to film, I don't know what I'm going to say at all. Nothing. I blank my mind, completely blanked out, because I know when the time comes, you know, if I don't plan what I'm going to say, He's going to help me. You know, you think, oh, he's such a good speaker. He speaks so good. If you met me, you wouldn't think that. It's only because of Him that these videos have come out the way that they have. And some of you are gonna have this experience, and you're gonna have it when you realize that God has taken away your obsession to use, your obsession to drink. When you realize that you probably won't know it when it happens, but at some point after that, you'll sit there and you'll stop and you'll go, I don't want to drink. You know, or I don't want to use drugs. I don't feel the need to use drugs anymore. That's when you're going to realize that He loves you. And when you realize He loves you, a lot of your conceptions and your ideas about life are going to change. And they're going to change fast. And it's going to probably be an explosion, you know, of thought and emotion. And I didn't really want to get way off in that. I really want to be in the storm part of it, you know. Just I'm going to repeat it to you that when you're in communion with God, when you're in this conversation with God, you have His protection. You really do. One of these days, you're going to reach for this book. You're going to reach for this book. And I'm going to tell you what's in this book. This is basically an owner's manual for how you work. And it may be too soon for you, but one of these days you're going to reach for it, because you're going to want to know this God who saved you. When He saves you, you're going to say, man, I want to know about this person. I want to know what the deal is, you know. And it's a book of wisdom. And if you live by the wisdom in this book, you're granted the protection of that wisdom. And I'm not going to say that things are never going to happen to you, but I'm going to say that they're probably not going to happen by your actions. You know, it might be something random or something like that, but you are not going to set yourself up for it to happen. You're going to protect yourself from so many mistakes. You know, and that's what this book is to me. It's my protection. It's His wisdom. You know, no, He's not in my room talking to me every day. Yes, I have been touched by Him. I have been spoken to by Him. He has spoken to me through other people. He came into my mind and my heart and my life for that 3 minutes, my 3 minutes with God. He did that. And he's spoken to me a few times, but you know, anytime I want to hear Him speak, I pick up this book. And I hope and pray that one day you pick up this book. But you're not ready for it now. You know, that's what I did. I did the same thing. Somebody went like that. I was like, oh, I ain't ready for no books. I ain't ready for no books. And they were like, I'm not ready for no books. You're not ready for no books. That's fine. But defend yourself. You know, use the shield of God. Use the sword of His protection to fight off those demons that are going to be coming for you. And like I said, the clouds are going to part. The sun's going to come out. And man, you know, I don't know how long I went on the tape, but there's been something on my heart. So I'm going to throw a little quick message in there for people who are not the hardcore hard cases. You know, they haven't done these prison terms. They haven't went out robbing and pillaging, and maybe they weren't a tornado of temptation and corruption and destruction in everybody's lives that they came in contact with. But maybe they're just kind of like teetering. Maybe they're just kind of like chipping, you know. Maybe they're just, you know, toking the weed, hitting the bottle, and they're not hurting anybody. It's not that they're hurting. Well, they're hurting themselves, but, you know, they're not hurting anybody else. And they're probably, maybe they're productive, you know. Maybe they're productive and they're doing everything that some people might think they should do, you know. And for all general practical purposes, and if you view them, you know, they're healthy. They're healthy, but it's like being a healthy weed. You know, I'm not saying, you know, a weed, you know, it grows, it eats, it's healthy. That's a nice, strong, healthy weed. But you'll never know the flower that you could have been.